I'm aging you, aren't I? National champions, 8. All-Americans, 81. They've won 10 consecutive conference titles, including 9 in the MAC, and they had, in 9 seasons, 40 MAC champions. They're back in the Big 12 this year, and they're happy to be back in this conference just because they feel like it's going to get them ready for the national championships. As we move to 133 pounds for Air Force, it's number 22, Jared Van Vleet, taking on Trey Crawford for Missouri.
Right away, Trey Crawford there doing what he does best, getting to his underhooks. Gets to a nice high crotch. Now he's trying to come out the back door here and get this takedown. But Van Vleet doing a great job of scrambling over top here.
Van Vleet, a career record of 39 and 36, and as we said, ranked 22nd. Trey Crawford is 2-0 on the year. He beat Kellen March, who was ranked 28th, beat him 4-3. And Crawford, close to getting a takedown, still has the leg, and he'll get the 2. Van Vleet tried to somersault through there, and all of a sudden ended up on his back and thought better of it. Van Vleet gets to his feet, and Crawford will return it. Now he escapes for 1.
There you see Van Vleet get to his feet several times there, get returned, gets back up, gets out. That's a theme you're going to see all night, I think, here from Air Force. It looks like they've really been working on bottom to try to prepare for how dominant Mizzou has been on top this season.
Trey Crawford, the freshman from Kansas City, went to Park Hill High School. As I mentioned, 2-0. He won 4-3 and he won 5-0 already this season. And what makes Trey so tough, Matt, is his strength and his, to me, attacking. He attacks.
Yeah, he does. You know, he does a really good job of getting to that underhook position. He's got a really solid inside trip there. Gets a lot of people with that. But there you saw his first takedown. Got to a nice high crotch. You know, you got to like to see that if you're head coach Brian Smith or Coach Maple there, you know, getting the different attacks for Trey and showing how diverse he can be in his offense. But definitely Trey Crawford is someone who wrestles hard the entire 7 minutes of the match, and he's really pretty good in all positions.
So far, Crawford with the 2-1 advantage as we're under a minute to go here in the first. Van Vleet had a pretty decent weekend last weekend as Crawford is in again on a leg. And Van Vleet, for the second time, goes up and over.
See if Crawford can convert this one for another takedown. He's got his hands locked there. He's going to want to either bring one ankle down or try to get both knees on one side of his head. He's kind of going back and forth, can't decide what he wants to do here.
And they'll stalemate it and go back to the middle. Sam Barber is in his 8th season at the helm of Air Force. He's coached 21 national qualifiers at the Air Force Academy. And we should mention, returning is Joe Johnston. Joe Johnston was here. He coached under Brian Smith at Missouri from 2008 to 2019. He's now on the Air Force staff. There he is, Joe. It was good to see him back around, and you can see that he knows what he's doing. 2-time All-American at Iowa, and then really helped shape this Missouri program.
Absolutely. Coach Johnston, heck of a coach in his own right. National finalist for Iowa.
Crawford is out, gets the escape, was in on a attempted high crotch, but couldn't come up with it. Van Vleet plays a little defense.
Van Vleet doing a really good job here, controlling the inside tie-ups there.
Van Vleet is a senior, and he was a champion at the Citadel Open. That was on November 6th. Falcons, by the way, this is a quick trip. They're into Missouri tonight. They go back home tomorrow. A lot of times you'll see, as Van Vleet's in on a leg of Crawford, That's going to be a takedown for 2 to tie the match at 3.
Great shot there by Van Vleet. You know, he took basically the same shot that Crawford took just a moment ago. Collar tie, almost to a knee pick there, pulls it into a single. Here you'll see it. Gets that single leg and able to come up to the body and threatens a cradle there and able to get that takedown.
Crawford will have about 42 seconds to get out here and get an escape.
This is a big moment here for Crawford. You got to get out and get this one here and be up by 1 going into the 3rd period.
He's up and he's out. He goes in for a shot. Doesn't land. It's 4-3 Crawford now.
This is where Crawford's good here. He's got this underhook near the edge of the mat. You keep driving into him, you're probably going to get a stall call. If he pressures back into Crawford, this is where he likes to hit his inside trip at. Van Vleet does a good job clearing that underhook there.
It's a good scouting report, isn't it? Knows that he can't stay in that spot. As the second period comes to an end, Crawford up 4-3, but it'll be Van Vleet who will choose bottom to begin the 3rd. That was a very big escape by Crawford to get that extra point, because now if Van Vleet gets up and out, we're just tied at 4. And that's where we're going to be. So you got about 1 minute and 55 seconds of wrestling here, tied at 4.
Yeah, if you're in this position, you want to be the guy attacking here. The guy who takes the most attacks in this period is probably the guy who's going to win.
Both go down for a shot, and looks like Crawford's in again on the head of Van Vleet. Van Vleet trying to push him off, but Crawford is in there, finally gets out. 1:15 to go. There's a shot from Van Vleet. Crawford gets out of it. Now Crawford's in on the leg. Van Vleet trying to run around. He's in on Crawford's leg. Crawford may have an advantage, and they'll go out of bounds. No scoring. Good wrestling, though. Wow.
Yeah, heck of a back and forth right there. You know, Crawford was in on an attack, and then Van Vleet able to reshot that attack, gets to a nice throw by, has Crawford in danger, and then Crawford able to almost high flyer him through and get the takedown, but they go out of bounds. Great wrestling there by both young men.
45 seconds to go. Riding time not a factor. Crawford wanted to maybe get a throw there. Van Vleet plays good defense. Van Vleet swiped his leg for a trip. Now with 20 seconds, you're getting in the red zone here. Van Vleet tries something. Crawford. Van Vleet's on a leg and gets the takedown for 2.
Short time here. Crawford gonna have to look for a reversal, but Van Vleet got that wrist, got him broke down.
And Jared Van Vleet will win at 133 pounds, a good match. And that will even up the duel at 3 apiece. Trey Crawford not going to be happy with losing it in short time, but a couple of good takedowns by Jared Van Vleet, Matt.
Yeah, you see him able to capitalize on that single leg there, and then here's the takedown that finished it for him here. Underhook throw by to a high crotch, able to come up to the body and put Crawford's hands down to the mat for that last takedown.
We'll take a break. When we come back, it's 141 pounds. We'll be back to the Hearn Center in Columbia, Missouri, right after this.